Hi everyone, Kevin here from Golf Guy Reviews, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this. It's the Golfbuddy AIM W10 GPS watch. Now this currently retails in the UK on their website for around £250, although if you have a look around you might be able to find it cheaper as well. At the moment I did find it on sale on some websites for around the £200 mark. So it's a middle of the range golf watch. It's got a lot of interesting features on it, so we're going to run through all of the features and tech available on the watch. I'm going to tell you what I like about it, also a few things that you need to be aware of before you consider purchasing it. So I really hope you enjoy the video. So we're here at the first tee over at Worley Park on the Children's course. It's a par 3. Turned the watch on about a minute ago and it's picked up that I'm on the first hole, so that was nice and easy. Didn't even have to select the course that I was on. And it's telling me here, so when you first boot it up, you have 3 numbers. You have the front of the green, which is 137, you have to the middle of the green, which is 146, and you have to the back of the green, which is 156. And also on the bottom you can see here you've got your current score, which you can put in as you go. We'll come on to that in a bit. And at the top as well you've got a button here which shows that we're on the first hole and it's a par 3. It's got a good quality screen on it. I'm pretty impressed with that. So I can see them numbers nice and clearly, even though the light's kind of bouncing off the watch face, so no problem with that. And so yes, it's a good start. To get a view of the hole, all you need to do is swipe right on the watch face. For those of you on Tinder, I'm pretty sure you already know how to do that, but it gives you a good amount of information on there. You can see your fairways, you can see your hazards, and you can see that in a moment it's got the flag placed in the middle of the green. You've also got a button there so you can zoom in on the green as well if you need to, as well as giving you the yardage to the middle of the green stays on that screen. So even though you've got a view of the map, a view of the hole, you can still see the yardage to the middle of the screen, which is good. You've also got these 2 sets of rings on a map. If it's a par 3, then you just get 1 set, and they're showing you the yardages to the middle of the green going outwards. So it shows you your 50, your 75, your 100, and 125 by the looks of things on the par 3 here. It would also show me 150. And if you're on a par 4 or 5, then it actually give you 2 sets of rings. So it will show you your yardages going from the middle of the green out, as well as how far you hit it from where you are if you hit it 100 yards, 125, 150, so on and so forth. So you can use it to plot your way around the course, which is a nice little feature as well. From that screen you can swipe right again and you'll get the hazards. A little bit worrying here on the par 3 that I've got at Worley. It's saying no hazards, although when I was looking at the course map I can clearly see that there's 2 bunkers greenside, so I would have thought that it would have picked up those hazards. Not quite sure what's going on with them one. Maybe the watch just needs a course update, but normally you swipe right again and you get yardages to the various hazards on each hole. So let's talk about a couple of the technical aspects of the watch. As we walk to the first green here, looks like I nearly hit my very first hole in one, very close. So the battery life is very good. It says it has up to 11 hours continuous use, so that's going to see you fine for most probably a couple of rounds, to be honest. So that's pretty good. Now if you enjoy my on the course review today and you're finding it helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go on, cheers. Just want to show everyone how close I was to nearly hitting my very first hole in one today, and I would have had it on camera too. Let's have a look here. So look, there's my pitch mark, and it rolled up. Oh, foot short, gutted. I will get a hole in one this year, I will. So once you're on the green, you can tap the screen to enter your score. When you get onto the green, the screen actually changes, so you get the shape of the green. On some courses, the green view will actually show you the undulations of the green with different colours. So I think it's red for the peaks and blue for the troughs. That's a really cool, interesting take and design that actually can be really useful. But for some reason on the course that I'm playing today, I just can't seem to get that to work. So I just don't think that it has that information for this course. But as I say, when you get to the green, then you get a little picture of the green and you just tap on the screen and you can enter your score, and you can enter your number of putts as well, so it tracks it on the watch. If the watch for whatever reason doesn't pick up that you've moved on to the next tee, then you can press the little icon at the top and you can easily select which one of the holes you want to play next. Now that brings me on to one of the slightly more annoying features of the watch that I just wanted to highlight. Although you can enter your score and it will keep track on the watch of up to 100 rounds, there's no way for you to get... Bag just fell on the floor. Terrific. There's no way for you to get them off of the watch. So for me it's a little bit of a frustration. It has Bluetooth connectivity on the watch, but that's only to update the course information and to update the firmware. You can't get the scores off. So now I've moved up onto the second hole par 4 and the watch is picking up the hazards on that menu. So just not sure why it didn't pick it up on the par 3 there, but it's showing me to the front and to the back of the various bunkers on the hull. A couple of points from a usability perspective. When I first started using the watch a couple of rounds ago, I couldn't work out actually how to tell the time, which I thought was quite annoying. How can you have a watch where you can't tell the time? But actually it turns out that when you're playing, all you need to do is swipe down, and that will give you the time as well as the battery life left as well. So there's a few other just kind of general use points that I want to cover off. And the first one is actually the size and the fitting. So the watch comes with quite a nice strap actually. On this one, it's got this red, white and blue, Le Tricolore colours. And you know, it looks nice, it's got a good amount of quality to it, and it's rubber backed as well, so it's nice and secure on your wrist. However, I've got quite skinny little wrists, and so for me, even though this is on the smallest setting possible, it still spins around on my wrist, and feels a little bit bulky if I'm entirely honest. Certainly if you look at the side profile, it's not the slimmest looking GPS watch out there. If you compare it next to my iWatch, I've got a 38mm Series 2 iWatch, and as you can see, it's a lot more bulky than an iWatch. And also, my iWatch fits me fine. I don't have to add any extra holes to it. In fact, I can go 2 notches tighter, I think, maybe even 3. And so, you know, it's just something to be aware of. If you've got really skinny little wrists, like I have, then, you know, it is going to be able to spin around on your wrist. It's going to be a little bit difficult as well to kind of get under your, you know, if you're wearing a waterproof top like I am today, it doesn't really want to go underneath there. It's going to stick out a little bit. So definitely something to be aware of. One other element that I just wanted to highlight with the watch as well is that you don't have the functionality to track your shots. So on my Garmin Approach G30, as well as the Garmin watches, you have the ability to, once you hit your shot, press a button, then walk towards your ball. Then once you get to your ball, you can stop it and it will keep a track of how far you hit that shot. You can even actually enter what club you use, so it keeps a track of your distances of your clubs. With this watch, you don't have that. So, you know, you are able to enter your scores and you are able to enter your putts, but nothing more. So, you know, you can manually keep track and think, okay, well, it was 500 yards off the tee and now I've got 347 left, so what does that mean I hit? But it would have been nice if it was already there, ready to go and easy to use straight away in the watch. So what do I think of the W10? Well, overall, I quite like it. At £250 on the Golfbuddy website, that's going in direct competition with something like the Garmin S40 watch. And to be entirely honest, the S40 does have quite a few more features than the Golfbuddy. So if you're buying it at that kind of price, you might want to check that out as well. If you can get it for a cheaper price, so at the moment I've seen it on the internet for around £200, then actually that's undercutting some of the other watches by quite a way. And then all of a sudden it's coming into its own kind of price range. So for £200, it's a nice quality GPS watch. It does the job well. The screen's really good quality. I've been really impressed with that. It's nice and responsive as well. It's nice and quick and easy to use. And it picks up the scores and it picks up the courses, not a problem when I've been testing it. So overall, I think it is a really, really good quality watch, but there are a few quirks to the watch for everyday use that you just need to be aware of. As I said, the sizing does seem to come up quite big, and so the watch on the smallest setting rolls around on my wrist a bit, as well as the fact that you can't take off of the watch the scores and the putting information. They're stuck on the watch forever, so that's a little bit frustrating too. And finally as well, that you can't track the distances of your shots. Again, that would have been nice if that was a feature on there.